Hi, Clark Harvey, the BBQ mortgage guy, owner of First Rate Mortgage. Been serving clients for over 22 years in both residential and commercial lending. And I just want to address a question that's often asked about biweekly payments when they pay their mortgage payment to their servicer. And that's a very good question. And a lot of people, ask that question. So let's talk about a biweekly payment. A biweekly payment allows a consumer to pay an extra payment every 4 times a year. So there'll be some months you'll have, instead of every 2 weeks, you'll have a payment come out. And sometimes there'll be 3 payments in a month. So sometimes that's the drawback. 4 times a year will be 3 payments in a month. Just that's the way the calendar works. But every 2 weeks, a payment will be withdrawn. And so it helps pay your mortgage down quicker doing that through that biweekly payment program. Now, some servicers don't offer that. Some servicers may say, well, okay, to set you up, it's $250 to do that or whatever. They may have a cost to do that. And it just allows you to make that mortgage payment principal pay down quicker. Well, there's another alternative way to do it. It's the way I typically do it, is I just have, if you pay an extra mortgage payment a year, so say your mortgage payment is $1,200 a month, principal and interest. Well, if you pay an extra $100 a month for 12 months, you're doing the same thing that a biweekly payment. It's virtually the same thing. And that way it doesn't cost anything. So if you say I pay an extra $100 to principal every month, so that $1,200 principal and interest, you make an extra payment inside that. That's a great way to do that biweekly payment or add an extra principal payment. And you still have some flexibility in doing that. Once you're put on the biweekly payment program, you're kind of not necessarily stuck on there, but the challenge is if your servicing gets sold, that new servicer may not allow it, which some do and some don't. You just have to find out from your servicer and if there is a cost to do that. But again, the way to do it, and my recommendation, is just pay an extra principal payment each month to make that payment an extra payment per year. So you're making 13 payments a year instead of 12. So again, if you have a $1,200 a month principal and interest payment, just pay an extra $100, and in 12 months you'll have an extra payment paid, and your principal will be paid out quite a bit. You'll save thousands of dollars over the life of the loan in doing that. And if you can pay more, pay more. I personally like to keep my loans on a 30-year fixed, just because it gives me that flexibility. Some people want to go on a 15 or 20, which is totally fine, as long as they know they can have some stability in their job. That's fine. But if there isn't, and you maybe get laid off, which during this pandemic, a lot of people have seen a lot of changes in their income and employment, and it stressed a lot of people. If they're on a 15-year fixed, that can put a lot of stress on a family because it does raise up the payment quite a bit. So that's why I like the 30-year fixed, and doing it that way is making it, you can always make a 15-year payment on a 30-year fixed anytime you want and pay that down virtually about the same time. So we talked about a couple things biweekly. They all tie in together, biweekly and making an extra principal payment. I like the term on a 30-year fixed. It's depending on everyone is different, but just know that there are instabilities in income, and people get hurt, people get laid off. And so just what I say is just be cautious in what we do. It is your mortgage. It is your home where you live and your family. And that's an important place to protect. That's my counsel, the BBQ Mortgage Guy. Follow us and like us on our social media outlets, on YouTube, and on our podcasts. We thank you for listening to our podcasts. Let us know if you like them. Thanks, and have a blessed day.
You've been listening to Clark Harvey, the BBQ Mortgage Guy. Clark is a licensed mortgage loan originator, NMLS number 240452, and his company, First Rate Mortgage, NMLS number 1172332. You can get a hold of Clark at area code 801-562 9100 or at his website at www.thebbqmortgageguy.com.